as always, Keyboard Warriors weekly hot take segment brought to you by our great friends at Barrel Theory Beer Company. This whole episode, I've been sipping on a delicious IPA called Lost in Translation. Nice little autumn leaves. Beautiful. But make sure whenever I guess it's another like 2 weeks here, Joe, that we're going to have to wait for the Wild to be back here. But get them. Again, it's sections 105, 112, 217, and club level 36 if you're going to the Wild games. But also this Thursday, Viking game against the Los Angeles Rams. They will be hosting a full viewing party. They do have some beer discounts. There's going to be food options. Get out there if you don't have anything else planned. Highly recommend. Joe, got 3 hot takes here. First one is from me, and this isn't like a scorching hot take, but it is definitely a little bit of a push. Kirill Kaprizov, power play goals. Currently sits tied for third Minnesota Wild history with 59. Zach Parise sitting at the lead with 69. I think it's just one away from Mikko Koivu, who's in second with 60. Past couple of years, Kaprizov has averaged about a goal or a power play goal every 4 games. We got 32 games left now after this Florida game is over. He needs 11 points, which is a little over a goal every 3 games pace. Yeah. And that's to round out the 2024 calendar year. I'm saying this power play catches fire and he's the one leading it. And he's going to break that record for the franchise before we hit the year 2025.
That's very doable. I mean, with the way these are going right now with him and Zuccarello and Boldy on that, I mean...
Only one so far this year, though.
Yeah. I mean, I think the capability of that group, he can do it. I mean, he'll obviously be the all-time leader in power play goals by the time he's in.
I mean, yeah, this season that's happening.
This season, yeah.
That's why, I had to set something that was a little bit of a stretch to attain. If he continues at his normal pace, he'll still be 4 goals short come the new year. But hey, had to throw something in there Wild related because my other 2 are not Minnesota Wild related.
Are they Gopher related or are they Halloween related?
Nope, they are both basketball related. Weirdly,
okay.
So the first one is coming from your colleague Michael Russo.
Okay.
Who retweeted a post from the WNBA, which he eventually posted the screenshot thereafter when they deleted it because, wow, they really fumbled this. But Russo quote tweets and says, admirable, I suppose. The WNBA and its commish are not even trying to hide what it so wanted. Imagine another commissioner wearing a skyline of one of the 2 teams and another league tweeting the trophy is, quote unquote, where it belongs. From the officiating to the aftermath, amateur hour. Joe, what do you think of this hot take from Michael Russo?
He went a little further than I would have gone in that one. But watching that whole thing unfold, I'm sure is wearing a skyline of the fucking New York City, right? Wasn't she?
She was wearing the New York City skyline. And again, people, you need to understand, the WNBA Twitter account posted that the trophy is where it belongs. What are you doing, WNBA? Don't get me wrong. It's not nearly as bad as, what happened last year with, former guest of the show, Natalie Darwitz. We don't need to resurface any of that, but this is insane. And granted, Joe, I know that you're going to be more reserved than me and Russo on most occasions, but I'm totally with Russo. This is exactly how I would approach something like this. It was blatant and in your face. There was no sugarcoating. They weren't beating around the bush. This was just so blatant. And I don't know. That was pretty wild.
The call at the end, especially on Stewart, wasn't the traveling wasn't called. And I applaud Lynx head coach for being find me whatever. They stole that shit from us. And, look at the free throws that were called. It was just,
Bad.
It's the sport's still battling. Like, even though they've had such great players and ambassadors for the sport for so long, they're still battling to make money and do all that and to be able to stick around, and for that to be the storyline of this incredible season of all these talent that they've had, including Caitlin Clark coming in and Angel Reese and all that stuff. Like, to have this be the storyline of their season right now,
Bad.
it's just crap, right? And this is not just if there was other team in there. It was like the Detroit Shock or whatever the team was involved in. It doesn't have to be the Minnesota Lynx. It was a bad look for a league that's tried to establish themselves with legitimacy over a number of years, and
a league that had a great season by and large. Like, this is a big growth year for them, and then to do that is just weird,
unnecessary,
not wild.
Not wild, weird.
Okay, there's Russo on the Lynx. Last one here, I guess it is hockey, but a little bit more of an NBA focus for me. A lot of people getting up in arms about this NHL Frozen Frenzy being the same night as the NBA season opener. I gotta wonder, though, who was first? Who set up their schedule and was established first? Because, I mean, with the NHL season starting first, I gotta imagine that they had their season locked in first. So is this the NBA coming in and trying to cuck the NHL and be like, oh, you want to have a big night with everybody tuning in? Guess again, because we got the pull. Or is this the NHL being like, you know what? We like that this is the NBA opener, and we're just going to basically put a monopoly on all ESPN channels.
I don't know on the planning circus what this happened, but I don't think the NBA was worried with the NHL in any stretch in their imagination. But I like the idea of the Frozen Frenzy. I like the idea of having this kind of push for all the games every night, whatever. But yeah, I don't think the NBA was shaking their boots about NHL having one night where they had all their games being played.
See, that's my hot take, is they kind of came in like, oh, you want to have a big night? Okay, we'll come in, we'll disrupt it a little bit.
We'll just have LeBron play. No one will watch anyone else. Or love it. It just.
Let's watch LeBron and his kid, who absolutely is good enough to play in the NBA without LeBron on the team.
They see the commercial, the one where he put all this stuff, like the cereal in his car.
No, I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, it was like LeBron and goes in the driveway and he pours all this cereal in his son's car, and it's all filled with Fruity Pebbles or something like that, whatever that. And so all of a sudden Bronny comes out and oh man, got pranked, and then Bron's in the backseat of a nice SUV like that, oh, don't be late for practice, man, blah blah blah, clean my driveway while you're at and so just I don't know.
Now the way they could have made that even better is LeBron shows up to the arena or whatever you call it for basketball, and Marc-Andre Fleury messed with something of his.
That'd be good. A little cross promo. Yeah.
Not weird. Wild.
Wow. They need some cross promo between the two. If they're gonna have both leagues, that's gotta get them involved, both of them.
Yeah.